That's a silverfish. Oh!
Oh! You hit me!
I'm sorry. Don't mind me, you're just gonna be up here. Oh, they're so big!
That's lag.
Wasn't me this time.
I hit a crystal.
What did it
Move
do?
up.
Oh!
Don't hit that.
Cody!
And welcome back, everyone. And what are you doing inside me? Why are you? Why do
Isn't
you
that
have
what
to?
she's supposed to do?
Why do you have to ruin? No, I'm supposed to be inside her.
Oh.
I'm the one with the big black dick hair.
And welcome back, everyone, to Vex's super hostile map. Today, I am joined by none other than Jesse, aka Doroke, the Cow Intelligence Agency,
Yes.
and then Angie as Guardgirlie, and she's wearing short shorts and a crop top. And then me.
Yep.
I actually have my own skin now, all thanks to Angie, who is wonderful and decided to actually give me something other than some weird steampunk scarecrow robot thing.
I did not give that to you, though.
No, you gave me this one. But the best part about it is the fact that I do this. I wear pink boxers.
Pubic hair.
And pubic hair, yeah. And then I also have a cute little heart on my butt right there. Yeah. Here, Jesse,
Yeah.
come here. Come here.
Smack it. That's my ass to smack.
Okay, I'm gonna start.
So anyway, Angie, could you kill me real quick?
Okay.
Love hurts. Alrighty.
Hurts.
So, where we left off last time, we just got to the Victory Monument. We put down both the white and orange wolves. Wolves. Wiles.
It's just wool.
Wooleye. Wooluses.
Woolly.
And we planted some trees, which...
Wool.
We,
He,
Wumbo,
she, me,
Wumboing,
wool.
Wumbology. But we planted some trees, and so we're going to harvest some of that wood real quick. Getting that wood. Before we head off and explore a little bit more. Because there's this really long tunnel that we need to dig.
Yes. And while they're gathering the materials, since this super hostile map is a little different, they added chapters of a book that you have to collect. And we collected 4 chapters, the first 3, and then we skipped a couple apparently and went straight to chapter 7. So I'm just going to read the first 3 since I said that we would wait until we found the Victory Monument to read them. So, Waking Up by Andre J. Bacanana. Bacanana.
What's
Banana.
your name? Na. What's your name? Na.
Copyright 2012 by
Jesse.
Andre J. Bacanana.
Here.
Between living and dreaming, there is a third thing. Guess it. By and that quote is Antonio Machado. Chapter 1. For as long as I can remember, I have felt something in my chest. A lightness, a flutter. A visceral ache.
Visceral.
Whatever. When something nears its end, I feel when I'm about to say goodbye to someone. Even when I know I'm going to see them again soon. I feel it when I reach the part in a story when everything starts to come together and I know it's just a matter of time until it's over. I feel it when my mom says goodnight and walks out of the room, her back facing me as she departs. There is an edging towards something final about it, about all of these almost endings, and my heart strains and races until I could swear I can actually feel it swelling. This feeling doesn't only announce itself as at important times, obvious moments when something is ending and something is beginning. I feel it in small moments, too. When I see the lonely blink of the cursor on my screen, when someone closes a door as they leave the room. I feel it at the end of a data transmission on the ultranet, at the end of dinner, at the end of a song, at the end of a sentence. Endings are hard for me, I guess, because what comes next? But the feeling in my chest, this longing. It's not exactly unpleasant. I don't feel sad. I don't even actually feel bad. I just feel this itchy emptiness, this restless sense of needing to wander that fills me up for just a moment before, like the very events that triggered it. It ebbs away? Ebbs away?
Word?
EBBS?
Ebbs.
Ebbs away?
Yep,
Okay.
Ebbs.
I'm feeling it now. I ache with it. I am suspended in a permanent ending, and so I am bathed in longing. But now this longing has a point. It isn't the shapeless pain of knowing something is about to be over. It's the pointed, focused pain on not knowing the end will come. I am floating, captured here, waiting, and the feeling in my chest refuses to subside. So that is chapter 1. Here's chapter 2. It wasn't a surprise that this had to happen. Everyone knows the transition happens when you become a 12. It's all over the ultranet. And besides that, there are the discussions in virtual classrooms, the teachers speaking in hushed personal tones in private video chats. Do you have the talk? The 10s whisper to the 11s, but it was easy to spot the ones who had, without even having to ask, the voluble ones going suddenly quiet, the quiet ones opting for a static avatar instead of their tablet cam, everyone appearing on screen in their small boxes, looking jittery and pale, no matter what their connection was like. Rumors in Ultranet study group were rampant. When you're 12, everything changes. You become a different person. You look different. You feel different. You get your official name. You go somewhere special. There was always some wise-seeming 11 to freak out the 9s, telling that amounted to ghost stories. What happens is you get taken somewhere and you don't come back. Think about it. Where are the 13s? The 14s? Why are there no kids between the ages of 12 and 24? Rarely, someone with an older sibling would speak up, calming the younger ones. Stop it. We'll find out when the teachers give us the talk, and then we'll keep it to ourselves, the way we're supposed to. Parents sometimes talk to the kids about what happens, but not all of them were good at it. My own mother was affectless, distant, vague. We all went through it, and you will too. It's normal. It's natural. It's hard to explain until it happens to you, but it's just part of growing up. Were the conversations different with boys than with girls? I wouldn't know. My older brother didn't tell me. All I remember was his hand on the top of my head as he said, "You're too little to worry about this. You're too little to worry about this, Talia. I'll be fine. Besides, maybe by the time you're 12, this'll all be over." I was 4 when he was 12. I don't remember him leaving. I just remember that he hugged me too tight the night before he transitioned, and then in the morning he was gone. Chapter 3. When it was my turn to talk to Professor Madeline, I wasn't worried. She was my favorite teacher, as all the tech-enabled, artificially conscious, holographic educational robots were called, because she had been programmed for empathy. She looked so beautiful and sounded so wise and asked about my life so thoughtfully that sometimes it was hard to remember she didn't actually have any thoughts of her own. She was a program, that was all. But such a clever one, no student had ever pushed her into deactivation. Professor Keith, former math teacher, hadn't fared so well last year among the 10s. I wasn't worried even though my notification interface had gone steadily silent, as my fellow 11s had their student-teacher meetings and turned their Ultranet settings to invisible, giving themselves time to absorb the information in the rare moment of this connectivity. I wasn't worried because I still had a silly sense of destiny. I was the best in my class and had been for years. Always number 1 in the list, even when I was 5, a 6, a 7. No one had ever said anything specifically, but I had a feeling that the top 11s would be given some kind of special honor when the transition to 12 occurred. So when I heard the melodic chime announcing Professor Madeline's presence on my screen, I didn't feel that ache of longing in my chest the way that I do when something is starting to end. I felt a flutter in my stomach instead. Anticipation. Beginning. Talia, she announced, as she shimmered into view. My screen was old, a hand-me-down, like many things of mine, but still capable of rendering decent 3D graphics. And so her head appeared before me as nearly as it might if she and I were in an actual classroom, sitting face to face across from each other. Only the slight transparency of her skin gave away the fact that she was just a holographic image, a projection of light and form. "Hello, Professor Madeline," I said. Her smile was comforting. She had been the main teacher for our group since we were 7. Like a homeroom teacher, my mother explained, telling me about the times before when she was a child and school was a place you had to go to and teachers were other humans. Although I had changed during the years Professor Madeline had known me, I was nearly a 12 now. After all, she hadn't. It was important for the teachers to have consistency, and so while they might be capable of adding new information to their existing stores of knowledge, they were programmed to always appear the same. No signs of aging, never getting older. I suppose this helped us identify them. Perhaps it also served to make us forget that we were getting older, and that as we aged, we grew closer to the mystery of what was going to happen next. "Talia," she began, "I would like to begin our conversation today by asking you to share with me what you already know about the process of transitioning to a 12. Would that be okay with you?" This was her empathy program, her solicitous question, her dimpled smile. Even though I knew she was a human, making a human connection, I responded to her as if she was. I liked her. If you can like something that can only produce a programmed simulation of returning the sentiment. "Yes, Professor Madeline, that would be fine," I said. "About becoming a 12, well, I have heard the rumors from other 11s, of course, and my brother became 12 8 years ago. I don't remember him explaining anything to me about it, as that would be against the rules." She nodded to indicate agreement. My mother only said that she had gone to a special school, a school like the ones she went.
And Angie went quiet.
To be continued.
And cliffhanger! Oh. Suddenly, I'm on the edge of my seat.
I found an apple.
Jesse, put that back. You don't know where someone's rented that. Oh, wait, you said apple?
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Well...
Sorry, Haley's looking for her phone.
My mom walked in.
Oh. Alright. Well, that makes sense. So anyway... Did Haley find her phone?
Did I answer it?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm gonna call it real quick.
What are you gonna call it?
I'm gonna call it a phone.
I don't think I agree with that name. That doesn't sound like a good one.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Like phone on the side.
Like the one she went to when she was a kid, where you have to actually go somewhere in real life, not in simulations on the alternate, and that he would return in 12 more years when he was 24. She nodded again and, "Have you heard anything else?" "No, nothing aside from the usual baseless speculations on the alternate. Rumors about 12s being taken away or conscripted by the government. The usual paranoid ranting from forum commenters. "Thank you, Talia," she said. "Excuse me for just a moment." Her eyes closed as she performed some unknowable calculation. They opened again almost immediately, and as always, I could swear I saw some semblance of actual life in them. "Talia, the nature of our talk today is highly classified, and I ask you not to share the details of it with your classmates, your peers, or your family." "May I ask just one question before you tell me everything?" I didn't know if she had been programmed to understand human anxiety, but I knew from our years together in the virtual classroom that she was capable of understanding and even encouraging curiosity. "As you wish," she said. "I've been at the top of my class for as long as I've been in school. I know my brother was the same. Is there any chance, any at all, that I might be sent to the same special school as him? Is there a chance we might see each other again?" She paused, and for a moment I thought my alternate connection might be faulty. Her face flickered before me, static transforming it briefly into lines of code for a fraction of a microsecond, before returning it to its usual state. "I'm sorry, that isn't possible."
Determine a microsecond. Sorry.
My own face flickered, the static of disappointment rushing across it. "Will I at least be sent to a top school like he was?" She morphed again into static, her face shifting into horizontal lines and smattering of pixels. "I'm sorry, that isn't possible," she repeated. Was there something wrong with my screen? I toggled the controls on the side, tapped the right button, corner to focus. Nothing. She still seemed to be
Disintegrated?
disintegrating. The connection sparking in and out, and her face stuttered and started before me. "Talia," she said, as she suddenly came into focus again. Her eyes connected with mine as though she was an actual three-dimensional human, and I recognized the expression they transmitted. Urgency. At once I felt the aching in my chest, this indescribable sense of longing, the beginning of an ending. "Listen to me," she whispered harshly, leaning towards me so that her transparent face nearly merged with mine. "I have a message from your brother. You must stay awake." The screen went dead. No flickering, static, no pixelated digital image. No stuttering feed waiting to load. Just a flash into darkness. My heart raced as a message popped into the display. "Your session has been terminated improperly. Would you like to submit a complaint to Alternet? Dismiss or report." I swiped dismiss and my screen returned to black, revealing the only reflection of my own eyes staring back at me. And that is chapters 1 through 3.
Chapter 3 was ridiculously long compared to 1 and 2.
Yeah, it was 28 pages long.
Jeez. Oh, hello, tree.
Is this the story behind this?
I don't think so. I mean, it could,
So it's just kind of like a flavor story then?
I guess.
Neat.
I think it might be just named after it. We could be completely wrong. If we get more of the chapters, then we might actually connect the rooms.
Oh, that would be interesting. Because didn't you say this is an actual book as well?
I think so. I think I looked it up.
Huh.
I mean, we can look up the author, and it said copyright date 2012.
That's true.
I put some more swords in. Where's plants? Yep.
That's farmables.
Okay.
So are we ready to go?
Yeah, I went and did some mining and set up more of the mine track.
Is there any way for us to get armor
We have pants.
All the
or
pants.
leather or anything? Do we not have?
We have one pair of pants. We have one chainmail chainmail chest plate,
Words.
and a golden helmet.
A butter helmet.
a butter helmet that lets you breathe underwater. That's about it.
That was kind of a reference to the other map, other game we played.
What, the crate helmet? Fight the dragon?
No, the one Minecraft.
What other game?
Oh.
I don't know.
It was one that we like. Remember, we saw heads on trees, and you saw apples, but I saw heads.
Yeah. Oh, shoot, what's it called? It's that one MMO server.
Yeah.
Windcraft, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, butter helmet. Alrighty. Well, if you guys are all set, I think we should go and try and get some cows this way, so that way we can have more soup bowls for food. So, grab a pick, grab some cobblestone, and Jesse, bend over so I can milk you.
Okay. Why do we need picks?
To mine cobble.
What? Do you
Cody,
need
I'm beginning to think that we might be a little bit of a problem.
Haley, just look at me.
Why might we be a problem?
Because first you're getting hand jobs from Wolf, and now you're milking Jesse.
Wolf job? Hey, Angie, step off the track for a moment. Thank you. Bye! Have fun!
Leaving a breadcrumb trail.
Bye! Whee!
I don't have food.
I have one more apple. That's about it.
Yeah, I've been eating apples too.
Oh, did you find the other end?
Yeah.
Oh, told you.
It wasn't as far as I thought it was going to be.
Told you.
You told me nothing?
I was going to do that very same thing of going all the way this way.
I don't know. I think Cody found it out himself.
Thank you, Jesse. Someone who supports me.
I don't like you.
You love me.
No, I don't. I don't like you.
Okay, where's it?
Hi. All right, bye.
Oh. I was like,
You just dug through it.